Kennedy, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
So I'm sharing custody with our 12-year-old daughter now, and I'm just wanting a little more help with finances because as she's getting older, expenses are getting a little higher, and sports, dances, going out hanging with girls, and yeah, I just want a little more help on my end. I'm paying insurance already. And,
okay. How much are you paying in insurance?
$130.
All right. And what is your daughter's name?
Autumn.
Autumn. Oh, what a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Autumn. Okay. So what type of expenses does she have that are increasing?
Yeah, so she's doing volleyball right now, and we're thinking that she's going to be doing that in high school as well.
Okay.
So just, athletic wear and then traveling, going to places. I want to go and support her and as well as her, but, I'm the one having to drive and take her if I don't want her to ride the bus because I don't feel her safe doing that.
Okay. Is this a school bus or?
Yeah, it's a school bus.
With her teammates?
With her teammates, yes.
And you don't feel that she should, ride with her teammates?
If it's really far away, maybe like an hour or more, I'll drive her. But, if it's 30 minutes or less, I'll usually let her typically go.
Okay. That's understandable. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She's just a growing girl, and girls are expensive, as they say. So.
I mean, we are. We have a lot of stuff that we need. So, yeah. Ma'am, is there anything you want to add or subtract from what he said?
Yes, Your Honor. I do feel that he's trying to take advantage of my new relationship.
Okay. Tell me about this new relationship.
Well, I can't really help who I have fallen in love with. So my new husband is a fantastic provider. However, I do get an allowance, and it isn't as much as you would think coming from. Well, my husband's a CEO of an energy company, so you would expect a huge allowance, but obviously he has to protect all of his hard-earned income.
What type of allowance do you receive?
About $500 a week.
$500 a week, okay. All right.
So, which really isn't that big a deal. I mean, obviously.
That big a deal in terms of the amount of money, or you paying child support for the child living with him and having increased expense?
Well, I don't think it's that big a deal to Mr. Kennedy because he has a pretty healthy income himself.
But you do understand his income does not have anything to do with an increase in what you should be paying in child support, right?
Yes, I understand that, but what I don't think has been considered yet is the fact that I set aside furthering my education, though I wanted to pursue that, so that he could go get his MIS degree and then a master's in something. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure that it's fair. I would like to consider all the money that wasn't spent on me that should have been spent on me while we were married.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not how this works. And sir, she says she gets a $500 a week allowance from her husband, and who is a CEO of an energy company. Briefly.
The courtroom opens with a father asking the judge for more financial support to help raise his 12-year-old daughter. As she grows older, her expenses continue to increase because of volleyball, travel, clothing, and daily activities. He explains that he already pays for her medical insurance and often drives her to games for safety. The child's mother argues that her new marriage should not affect the case, but the judge quickly shifts the focus back to the daughter's actual needs.
How much money does your husband make?
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
I think so.
When you say a lot, is it like in the 200,000s, 300,000s?
Well, the car that he drives was about 200,000. Oh. So I'm thinking you'd probably have to
you
make
only
more
get a
than
$500 a week. You know what? That's not my business. That's not the reason I'm here. I'm not going to even entertain that.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'll just move on. Sir, do you know how much money her husband makes a year?
I don't, but he's the Steve Jobs of the town. of energy,
Jobs.
so to say. Huh?
So let me ask you this. Are you expecting her child support to be based on his Steve Jobs?
No,
job?
his success has nothing to do with me or my daughter or our
Okay.
daughter. And like I said, I just want a little more help because she's
Okay.
getting older. And, if she's happily married with whoever and how big his wallet is, that is totally up to her.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's not what you were doing because you can't do that anyway. But what we can do, ma'am, is make you pay more in child support because at this point you've been paying zero. Because from what I see, you're a stay-at-home mom, which is absolutely okay. But you do understand that your child has increased expenses, correct?
Yes, I do see that.
Okay,
but
so after yes, I do see that, that means that I don't need any further response. So you understand that, right?
well, how much are we talking about?
We're going to base it off that $500 a week allowance that you make.
Okay.
So based on that, I have your gross at $2,000 a month. After you take out the calculations for the taxes, your net comes out to $1,662.53. Okay? That would give you a child support obligation of $266. However, you also heard him say that he pays $130, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In medical insurance for the child. You're going to have to reimburse that to him. So, in addition to the $266 a month for child support, you add the $130, your child support obligation monthly comes out to $396.
Can I say something?
Sure, but make it brief.
Okay, well, I don't know if he's still subscribing to the same psychic,
Okay.
but she charges, I think it's $412 a month.
Okay.
And-
What does this psychic have to do with these numbers?
Well, because I just feel like if he can afford the psychic, then maybe he can afford the insurance. And I guess I feel that that is money that could have gone towards my education while we were married.
Okay, well, I've already said no to that. That has nothing to do with me. I mean, you should address that in your divorce, obviously. And whatever he pays, if he chooses to do that, that has nothing to do with your responsibility, your financial responsibility to your daughter. So if there's nothing further from either of you, you all are dismissed.
Case 2. She called him dad for years. Is he just a babysitter in the court's eyes?
The discussion turns to the mother's financial situation. Although she is a stay-at-home wife, she admits receiving a weekly allowance from her wealthy husband. The judge makes it clear that the new husband's income is irrelevant, but the mother's own available income is not. After calculating child support and adding reimbursement for the father's insurance payments, the court orders her to pay a higher monthly amount, reminding both parents that their daughter's needs must always come first.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
All right, now, okay. Now, let me just kind of cut to the chase of the thing. I was engaged to the mama of his child, and, we were just having a good time and was really getting ready to have a wedding, and, the reception at Genghis Grill and everything was all set up. But unfortunately, she had fallen ill. COVID had got her. And then all of a sudden one day, she's just gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I mean, I had to take little Malaysia into my arms and try to explain things. I call her my little bit because, we just kicked it off right away. I'm talking about pretty much on the first date that I went on with them, because she brought her with her on our first date, which makes a lot of sense. And we just have been.
And Malaysia is the child?
Yes, ma'am.
How
Yes, she
old is Malaysia?
She's 7.
Okay.
And, she's one of those smart little girls that where you can't really get a whole lot past her. She's going to call you on your stuff.
Okay.
And that's what I appreciated about her. That's why we clicked so well, because her mama was the same way.
Sounds like a good kid.
Well, yeah, she's wonderful. I mean, she's on point with all of her schoolwork. She loves doing her homework. Our thing is to watch some Schoolhouse Rock on YouTube to let her know how the old school did it and everything. And so we, our favorite hangout is the Sesame Place. She loves to go there. she saw one episode of Lego Masters, and I took her to the Lego place out there and the shops in Willow Bend and everything. So it's like, you know, that's been my road dog. That's been my everything and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like the two of you have a great relationship.
Oh, seriously. I mean, I just love having her, you know, like my own child. And I feel like that she is actually my own child. I know that she only likes broccoli with ketchup, and she likes fish sticks with ketchup, and she likes corn with ketchup. I don't know what this thing is about ketchup.
Me either.
You know,
I don't like ketchup like that.
Yeah, I don't either. But I know how she likes that. I know that she's got to have that mood light on when she goes to sleep. I know that if I don't put those downy beads in with her blanket, that she's not going to sleep. So I do everything. I mean, I talk to the teachers. I got her on the after school program. I mean, everything that I could possibly want to do for a child, I do for her.
Okay.
And so my thing is that, you know, I'm doing all the things that a dad would do for his daughter. And little bit in me, you know, it's like, hey, I mean, I might as well just go ahead and say that she's mine. Because, you know, up until the time that she and I and her mother were together, that's just the way it was. You know, when it was with her, I was with them. So it's like, I feel like I take care of her.
Okay.
And since I figure I take care of her, then, you know, then this cat over here, you figure that, you know, that he's got something to say about it. You know, when I've hardly seen him, you know, I mean, granted, she's a child's daddy. I mean, yeah, every once in a while he'll come around. Every once in a while he'll visit her and all that kind of stuff. But he don't know.
What do you mean by every once in a while?
Well, every once in a while, it's like he'll come, you know, he might honk the horn or whatever. He might ask her to come out. She'll come out. And see, and that's the one thing about her. She knows no strangers. You know.
Okay, so you're referring, you called him a cat. I mean, what?
Okay, all right, look.
So this is her dad.
This is her dad, yes.
Okay, so you're saying he's not doing all of the things that you're doing with Little Bit, right?
No, not at all. I mean, really,
and you know that for a fact?
Well, this is how I look at it. If he was like a real man, if he was really taking care of his business, handling his business, then I wouldn't have any room to have proposed to Little Bit's mama. I wouldn't have even a place in her radar. But the fact that I did, to me, kind of says something. I mean, come on, man. It's like, you know.
So let me ask my question again.
Okay.
You know this for a fact that he's not active in her life.
Well, the one thing that I know is that a lot of things that she needs and that she likes and dislikes, he hardly knows half of that.
Oh.
I mean, as far as, I mean, come on. I mean, it's like.
The next case tells the emotional story of a man who helped raise a little girl after her mother's tragic death. He describes the strong bond they built, from school routines to bedtime habits, insisting he has been the father figure in her life. He believes his daily care and emotional support make him the rightful parent. However, the girl's biological father is present in court and strongly disagrees with those claims.
Give me 1 second. I'm about to have him wrap it up.
Okay. Well, look, all I know is this. When it comes between me and him, she comes to me. When it comes
that you know of.
Yeah, that I see. You know, I mean, every time that he comes, I give them their space, but I'm looking at her body language and she's like, man, when's this going to be over? So it's like.
Yeah, because she's ready to come home with her real dad.
No.
Okay, Mr. Ward, give me 1 second. You know, your story was beautiful. It was very colorful. You know, and that's not to say that you're being untruthful about anything. However, I would like to also hear from Dad, because as you know, there are always two sides to every story, well, really three, and the truth lies somewhere in between them, right?
I understand.
So give me a moment, and I'll go over to Dad.
All right.
Now, Dad, it sounds like, you know, your daughter and Mr. Ward have a great relationship, but is it true these, you know, allegations he's saying about you not being very active and involved?
None of it, ma'am. I see my child every time I'm off work, and every time I'm off, I go and pick her up, and she stays with me for the whole 4 days. I work 3 days on, 4 days off, and he knows it. And when we talk to her on the phone, she says he's too invasive. He always, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he always in her face and want to know
like
this.
a helicopter dad.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like a microscope. That's how she feels, and she don't like it. And then as far as me and my child's mother splitting up, you know, that was between us. That was years before she even met you, so you can't put that on me.
Well, you know, I can't put a lot on you. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. You can call me helicopter all you want to, but you were not there when her mama died, man. You weren't there to have to console her when she was crying and didn't go to sleep. You weren't there. I was there.
You didn't
Where
even
were you?
tell me. I was at work. You didn't even tell me.
See, that's the thing. You are always at work. You're always at work.
And see, here's the thing. I know there are a lot of emotions going on. I usually don't let people talk back and forth to each other.
I'm so sorry.
But I do understand the
I don't wanna talk to
underlying
him anyway.
issue here. Especially with, your fiance passing away. I definitely understand that. I am just trying to get some clarity here because according to the paperwork that you filed, Mr. Ward, there is a court order in place.
Yes.
And it names your fiance as the custodial parent and dad as the non-custodial parent. And you are essentially trying to modify this order.
Well, yeah, because essentially, to me, I became the custodial parent.
Okay.
I mean,
and you
yeah, okay.
understand how you feel is not what the law says, right?
I do understand that. But
Okay.
Your Honor, the one thing that I do know is that the custodial duties I have taken on, and I know it's not by emotion, and I'm not even just talking about emotion, I'm talking about my actions. The teachers know me. The teachers call me.
Hold that thought. The teachers know you as well?
Yes, ma'am. Now, granted, he lives closer to the school, so he's up there just a little bit more than me. But anytime they call, I stop what I'm doing and I'm on the way.
Okay. All right. It sounds like he's pretty involved. And tell me some things you and your daughter do together.
Well, I take her to piano. I pay for her piano lessons.
Okay.
Some days when I'm off, I take her. He takes her other days. I pay for her to be in karate class.
Okay.
We go to Six Flags together. We go to skating together.
Okay.
I try to teach her how to bowl. We have fun. We go to my mom's house and I drop her off, and she enjoys spending time over there mostly.
All right. So she has a good relationship with grandmother. It sounds like this child is just well loved all around with both sides.
The biological father rejects every accusation, explaining that he spends every available day with his daughter despite his demanding work schedule. He pays for her activities, enjoys family outings, and remains deeply involved in her education and daily life. The judge carefully listens to both sides, recognizing the emotional connection the stepfather has with the child, while also confirming that the biological father continues to fulfill his parental responsibilities.
I mean, is there any chance of the two of you trying to get along
Not
to
at
make
all.
it work for the
She wants to
best
be
for
at
your
home
daughter?
with her dad, but he keeps saying, oh, she needs to be here, and my child's mother is no longer here, so I'm trying to get him to court to get full custody of my child
Okay.
all the way. So that's how that's gonna end. You're not gonna be around too much longer.
Look, man, no. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. No.
Well, neither one of you are going to talk to each other like anything anymore. I'm ready to make my ruling. I've heard what the both of you have to say. I understand that dad is pretty involved with the child. He's paying for teaching her how to skate, paying for karate. She has a great relationship with her paternal grandmother. It sounds like dad wants to be a part of the child's life. I also understand, Mr. Ward, your heavy involvement with the child. You know, you have a nickname for her. You all do things together. You know, she loves ketchup. You know all about her nightlife and her sleep routines and everything like that. However, that does not negate the fact of what the law says. The child was not left with you by dad. Her dad is still alive. Sounds like he's very active. Doesn't sound like he, is a deadbeat parent by any means. He is making the expenditures that any parent would do. And he also said he's trying to petition the court at some point to get sole custody of his daughter. So based on that, I have no other choice but to dismiss your claim because you do not have any grounds to be petitioning this court for child support. Is there anything further from
No.
either of you?
No.
Ma'am, I'm very happy with the
No.
verdict.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are
Suck it up.
dismissed.
Thank you.
What?
Case 3, she quit a $70,000 job after the divorce. But was it strategic?
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I just found out my wife was just left her corporate job for a cashier job I don't know why. Maybe it's because like she wants to get out of the payments of what she's doing.
Payments of what?
Child support, ma'am.
Okay.
We have a child together that we had in our marriage, and it's like, and all of a sudden I just found out just recently that she left her corporate job to take a couple of dollar paying job. How can you do this to us? How can you
Excuse
do this
me,
to us?
sir, do not address her. Address me.
Yes, ma'am. I do apologize.
I mean, obviously she can't help your situation.
Yes.
That's why you're here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so continue.
I don't know. It's just like when I found out, it's just like I was just shocked. I didn't know like how else to express it, but we had a child together.
How old is the child?
This child is like 5 years old, ma'am.
Is she paying anything in child
Yes, ma'am.
support?
She's paying for the medical bills and she's paying for the support as well.
Medical support, you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
is there a reason why you're not paying to support this child?
First of all, I left my corporate paying job, and after our divorce, I know he mentioned I'm his wife. Correction, I'm his ex-wife.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank
Continue.
you. So we left that. I left my job, and the reason why I left it, and I did do it intentionally, I felt that it was not right.
Wait a minute.
After reviewing the evidence, the judge explains that emotions cannot replace legal rights. Since the biological father remains active and is seeking full custody, the former fiancé has no legal basis to request child support or custody changes. The claim is dismissed, ending another emotional courtroom battle. Immediately afterward, a new case begins involving a father who believes his ex-wife deliberately left her high-paying corporate job to reduce child support payments.
Wait a minute. You intentionally left your job?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I had enough money in savings to still provide for my child and still provide medical insurance. So I felt that, the stress of my divorce wasn't inhibiting me from performing my job.
Okay. First of all, that's a different court. We're not here to talk about anything that went on with the divorce. I just need to know about the money that you're making, because obviously the child lives with you. Is that correct,
Yes,
sir?
ma'am.
So you have all this money in saving. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
How much did you make at your last job?
I annually $70,000.
$70,000. Okay. And that's your only job?
It was my only job. Now I work at a convenience store.
Doing
Head
what?
clerk.
Doing what?
Head clerk.
Head clerk. Okay. How much are you making now?
About $30,000 a year.
$30,000. And what type of education do you have?
I have my master's.
You have a master's degree and you're a head clerk?
Yes, ma'am. Again, the stresses of the divorce inhibited me from doing my job.
Okay, don't say that again. You already said that once and we moved on from that. So you're now making $30,000 a year and you think that I should base child support on $30,000 instead of the $70,000 that you intentionally stop working at?
Well, that is my annual income now, $30,000.
That's your annual income now. When did you start working at your corporate job?
A year ago.
A year ago. How long were you there?
I was there for about 8 years.
8 years
Yes,
with
ma'am.
the master's degree at a head clerk position. What's the qualification to work at that job? It's such as, do you
High
need
school
a
diploma.
degree?
You just need a high school diploma. to
High
work
school
as a house
diploma,
clerk. Yes,
and
head
you have a
clerk.
master's degree. I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you. $70,000 a year. You said you covered a child on health insurance. How much is that?
$300 a month.
$300 a month. Ma'am, I'm going to make you pay child support. You came obviously in this courtroom to
Well,
waste my time.
I have a question. How come I have to get a corporate job? How come he can't get a corporate job?
He can get a job, but the child lives with him, right?
Well, yes, and I think the reason why the child is even with him to begin with is because this is a different court. Never mind, like you said.
Okay, thank you. So moving right along, $70,000 a year, excuse me. I put your
I'm
gross
not making $70,000 a month anymore. I'm making $30,000 a year now.
You're making $30,000 a year now, but ma'am, you intentionally work at a job that pays you less. And you think that you're gonna come in this courtroom and get me to order that you pay a less amount when you're capable of making the $70,000 with a master's degree? You made that up.
Ma'am, I don't know. Emotional distress is intentional.
Excuse me. Emotional distress. I need you to go see a doctor. Okay, so your gross is $5,833.33. Based on that $70,000, I'm going to give you a credit for the health insurance, okay? The $300 that you stated brings your net to $4,497.98. How many children?
One.
One child, okay. 20%. $899.60 is going to be your monthly child support obligation that you're going to pay each month to this man. You're looking confused, and I don't understand why you looking at
I'm
me
not looking
like that.
confused. You said what you're saying, and I'm okay. I'm taking it all in.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Thank
now,
you.
do you have anything further?
No, ma'am.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it from you? Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
All right, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
The final case focuses on whether a parent can intentionally earn less to avoid financial responsibility. The mother admits leaving a $70,000 corporate position for a much lower-paying job after the divorce. The judge refuses to calculate support based on her reduced income, ruling instead that she is capable of earning her previous salary. Using that higher income, the court orders a much larger monthly child support payment, reinforcing that a child's needs come before personal financial decisions.